Whenever you are ready, go ahead.
All right. Hunger can mean different things. What does the word hunger mean to you? Is it a few hours without food? Maybe it's a few days. Or maybe it's an entire year without having enough healthy food. Today I'll be telling you about World Hunger as it pertains to children and how there's an organization here to help. World Vision is an organization that helps children gain the basic necessities of food, water, and medicine so they can live a long and healthy life. It's through my research and through my family sponsorship that I'm able to talk to you about this subject. As college students who either have a family or will one day have a family, we know that our children need food and water to survive. Without it, they'll die. In the next few minutes, I'll tell you about how hunger affects children worldwide, how there's an organization here to help, and we'll look at a world with and without that organization. First, let's take a quick glance at how hunger affects children worldwide. More than 22,000 children die every day from simple things such as hunger and disease. In the next 12 seconds, another hungry child will die. My friends, there's a need that everyone feels deep down every day. Every day, 100 million children go to sleep hungry. Think about that number. That's a third of the population of the US. And it's not just hunger. Children all over the world go without food, medicine, shelter, sometimes their entire lives. Poverty is a vicious cycle. 10% of the US population is under the poverty line, and I've seen this personally. I knew a woman once who knew poverty well. She had 4 children. 2 of them were under 5. Her husband was having trouble finding work, and she literally lived from paycheck to paycheck. There were many days that she would come home and she wouldn't eat anything. She would bring crackers back from the cafeteria so she would have something to eat, so she could give the little food she had at her house to her children. That was just one example in the US. Now think of how many people around the world face this problem every day. 1 in 4 African children go to sleep hungry every night. Every night, tonight included, 33 million African children will go to bed underfed. That's from Feeding Africa, an article, New Scientist in 2004. Off the coast of South Africa and Madagascar, 69% of the people live in poverty. Madagascar may be known for its biodiversity, but what it's not well known for is having over 50% of children living with suffering from inadequate diet. This suffering is primarily from their diet of rice, which consists of 98% of their diet. It's no wonder they're not getting enough nutrients. But why is it in these primarily agricultural countries that so many people are hungry and malnourished? Well, according to Langdon White in his vital speech of 1959, many are trying to make a living off of overworked soil or land that's too cold, too dry, or too wet. They're using methods that are outdated. Luckily, there's a solution. World Vision strives to save the lives of poor children by giving them the basic necessities. In just the US, World Vision provides food, personal hygiene items, and tutoring to low-income students. They also take mission trips to rural areas. They provide emergency assistance all over the world, not just in the US. They provide food and seeds to help future crops, and they build wells to bring clean water. For example, in Niger, World Vision has been improving access to clean water so they can help prevent waterborne sicknesses. They provide microloans, and they deliver food to families suffering from hunger. World Vision currently helps countries like Niger by helping them establish vegetable gardens and giving them livestock. This increases the amount of nutrients in their diet, ergo preventing malnutrition. World Vision lets you sponsor a specific child and in a specific country, and they operate in almost every continent. In the past 25 years, World Vision has helped bring 11 million people clean, safe drinking water. Some people, some of you even, may say that sponsoring one child doesn't help world hunger. But to those pessimists, I'll respond with a story. Once upon a time, there was a boy who lived near a beach. Every afternoon, this boy would walk along the beach. One day, he noticed as the tide went out that there were starfish laying all along the beach. So he decided to pick them up and throw them back into the ocean because he realized that by the time the tide came back, they would die. So as he was walking one day, an old man saw him and he said, "Boy, what are you doing? you'll never make a difference. Why don't you just enjoy your walk? But the boy just kept walking and throwing starfish back into the ocean. So the old man came right up to the boy, and he said again, "Boy, you're never going to make a difference. Why don't you just enjoy your walk?" He turned the boy around, and he showed him the hundreds of thousands of starfish laying on the beach shore. He said, "Why don't you just forget about them?" So the boy reached down into the sand one more time and picked up one more starfish. He threw it as far as he could into the ocean, and he looked straight into the old man's eyes and said, "I made a difference for that one." Now that you've seen how great World Vision is, let's look at a world with and without World Vision. Without your support, the world will be filled with starving and hungry children. It's been estimated by the year 2050 that the world will contain nearly 16 billion people. What does that mean? That means the amount of starving children will nearly double, and that's if things stay the same. Without World Vision, the number of starving children could reach nearly 1 billion. That's 1 billion underfed children. That's more than history has ever seen, and that would be disastrous. On the other hand, if everyone were to sponsor just one child, there would be no suffering from hunger. Imagine a world without hunger, where everyone had enough. If everyone had enough, then we wouldn't need organizations like World Vision, and we could focus our time and resources on more important things, like cancer research, or cures to diseases that afflict millions worldwide. Now that you've seen the problem children face all over the world, how World Vision's there to help, and we've looked at a world with and without World Vision, let's move on. In conclusion, now you know that World Vision helps children gain the basic necessities of food, water, and medicine so they can live a long and healthy life. By giving only $35 a month, that's a little over $1 a day, you can make a difference in one child's life. I'll leave you with a quote from Kelsey Gomez, a youth group member who fasted for 30 days in an awareness and fundraiser for World Vision. We shouldn't say life isn't fair. Life is more fair for us than it is for them. Thank you.